three mysterious warriors confront Goku, who at this point still hasn't regained his strength after the fight against Caulifla. Goku was extremely tired and felt as if his powers were being drained. Goku looks down at his hands and sees them shaking. Goku at that moment says, "What's going on here?" One of the three warriors approaches and says, "Looks like you're a Saiyan, right? But I see that you're nothing but a weak insect." Goku looks angrily and tries to hit him with a punch. The enemy holds Goku's hands and knees him in the belly, making him spit blood. And when Goku starts to fall, he grabs his hair and says, "Since you're a Saiyan, I'll let you on a secret." He pulls Goku closer and starts whispering something in Goku's ear, who's startled with wide eyes. And when he finished talking, the villain throws Goku up and says, "Try not to die yet, and soon everyone will know." Goku falls to the ground and the enemy are no longer in front of him. Hey, how's it going? Just here to remind you to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel so you don't miss any videos, and stay well inside our entire universe of Dragon Ball. Let's go back to the point. Kiabe is at the top front, who looks down on the little Saiyan. Kiabe is in front of Toppo, who looks down on the little Saiyan. Kiabe at this point transforms into a Super Saiyan 2, surprising Toppo with a large ki blast. At that moment, Kiabe jumps and hits the big guy's chin with a kick, unbalancing him. After that, he starts hitting him with several punches. Toppo holds Kiabe's fist and says, "You're strong, but my justice is far stronger." Toppo headbutts Kiabe, making him dizzy, then throws him and says, "You got out of here soon." Kiabe falls wounded, but his strength is far from over. Vegeta and Jiren continue to battle. Vegeta is using all his speed against Jiren and is doing well. But Jiren is relentless and only with brute force repels all the attacks of the Saiyan Prince. Jiren says, "Vegeta, you've grown a lot stronger since the last time. But I'm sure you haven't even started fighting seriously yet." Vegeta then says, "For a serious fight, it'll be more fun. I prefer to start little by little. Come on, Jiren. Come with me and use all your power." Jiren smiles and answers, "Very well. Maybe now you support a little more fight would be against me." At this point, Jiren holds Vegeta's arm that was giving him a sequence of punches. Then he starts throwing several punches at the Saiyan, hitting various parts of his body. Jiren lands a knee that causes Vegeta to bleed. Vegeta tries to fight back, but Jiren doesn't allow it, blocking the attacks with counterattacks and bypassing the defense with even more powerful attacks. Suddenly, Jiren hits Vegeta, throwing him away. Vegeta, still standing, says, "You are really incredible, but not enough for holding me back." At that moment, Vegeta concentrates his power and transforms, his hair turning purple, his eyes completely focused on the battle. And Jiren flies towards him, landing a direct punch on Vegeta's face. He doesn't seem to care and returns the attack with similar and even greater strength than Jiren. In the distance, we see Hit fighting enemies that are a little weaker but difficult to eliminate. Hit uses his new ability and manages to defeat his opponents. Although he continues with his goal of fighting Goku, several warriors have already been defeated and the battle only gets more exciting. The gods who watch everything are extremely worried as they can contemplate how powerful those mortals who face each other there are. Gohan is with Piccolo and the two face several enemies. At this moment, the two can't hold back. Gohan says, "Mr. Piccolo, are we going to finish them off?" And Piccolo says, "Sure, let's go at once." Piccolo raises his ki and Gohan flies over Piccolo. Gohan fires his Mazenko and Piccolo dodges the attack, hitting the enemies that were in front of him and defeat them. A few moments pass and they notice the presence of Sink and Dust, two warriors from another universe. They approach and without waiting start attacking Gohan and Piccolo at the same time. Several explosions happen everywhere, and Piccolo starts to gather energy for his Makanko Sapo. But he doesn't get the necessary energy in time because Sink attacks him from behind, throwing him away. Gohan, who was fighting Dust, exchanged several blows with him until he was hit by an attack from behind. Sink hit him at close range, hitting him and making him fall to the ground. Piccolo recovers and returns to the battle, approaching Gohan and saying, "This time we go all out." Gohan agrees. Piccolo raises his ki, and by focusing energy, his power explodes and he achieves his last orange color transformation. With a serious look, he looks at Gohan, who screams, and he focuses his ki, transforming into his bestial form. In seconds, the two attack enemies and defeat them easily. Zeno, seeing the incredible power of the two, has his eyes shining, and feeling ecstatic, he has no words. All the gods start sounding cold and disbelieving in the battles that are taking place inside the arena. There are less than 130 warriors left, and the final moment is getting closer, even though there's still a long way to go before the first part of the qualifier ends. Everyone is already exhausted, but afraid of being erased. No one gives up. Kale and Broly find several pieces of rubble in the middle of the arena, and there they find Caulifla, or rather just her arm amidst the stones. Kale runs towards her screaming, "Caulifla!" And when approaching, she begins to remove all the rubble from above his friend. Broly approaches and helps. Kale has Caulifla in her arms, and she begins to cry. As the tears fall into Caulifla's face, she begins to wake up. Caulifla jumps from Kale's lap and bouncing from side to side starts screaming energetically, Where? Come here, old man, I'm not done with you yet! Kale doesn't understand anything, but she starts laughing. And then she says, Caulifla, what are you doing? Caulifla looks back and sees Kale and runs towards her, saying, Glad I found you. Was worried about you, girl. And then after that, Caulifla sees Broly and then says, And who is that strong guy up there? He's handsome, isn't he? Are you flirting with Kale? While nudging Kale with his elbow, Kale becomes extremely embarrassed and walks away quickly, waving her hand and saying, No, of course, it wasn't just a kiss. And then Caulifla seriously looks at her and screams, What? Did you kiss him? Smarty, we came here to fight, not to flirt. Kale's face turns red and she wants to bury her face in the ground in embarrassment. Meanwhile, dozens of more enemies are thrown out. Frieza had recovered from the battle with Broly and was furious in his golden form, throwing countless warriors out and saying nothing. He just attacked whoever came in front of him. Goku, still confused, doesn't understand very well what happened, but decides to continue the qualifiers. He gets up and looks around. At this moment, a peculiar enemy appears that confronts him, and Goku says, You don't give me a second to recover, and already one enemy after another appears. Vegeta, in his Ultra Ego transformation, continues the battle against Jiren and says,
Vegeta, you never cease to amaze me. You are very persistent.
Vegeta responds,
What was that? Are you already tired, Jiren? I haven't even barely started yet.
Vegeta goes towards Jiren and lands a knee on his chin, causing him to go backwards with a blow. Vegeta lands several punches on the gray one. Suddenly, Vegeta headbutts that makes Jiren sink to the ground. Jiren recovers and stands up, holding Vegeta's leg, spinning him around and throwing him away, then flying towards him and hit him with several hits. The fight starts to get more and more fierce. Several battles have already taken place, and many warriors had their existence erased. Everyone is fighting valiantly and many enemies are already extremely exhausted. There are currently only 100 participants left. Which participants move to the next stage? What did the mysterious warrior say to Goku? Regardless of what it is more than important that you already expose it here in the comments so that we can enter into that crazy debate. Click the like button and subscribe here to the channel so you don't miss any videos. And that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.